We gotta put it all together. Um,
Has a gem problem. I'm tired of pretending that it doesn't. I want you to think of a scenario in your mind. It's verse 1, you and your boys are depths farming, and you see a chest, brand
then
shiny,
like,
spanking
bam.
new. Under the guidance of the drowned god of rambling, Agamatsu, I, Noble, have gathered all of the rambling infinity stones and assimilated into the god of rambling. When you think of neglected features in Deepwoken, a lot comes to mind. Stuff like fishing, stealth, conquest. It's pretty clear that a lot of things in Deepwoken don't really get the love that they deserve. But the topic of today's video is a feature that I believe has been downright disrespected at this point. A feature with insane latent potential ready to be tapped into, and that feature is the pluripotent alloy. Now what is an alloy, since a lot of y'all probably haven't used one in a while? An alloy essentially takes an early to mid game weapon with bad stats and upgrades it to one with better stats so it can compete with more end game weapons like a Serpent's Edge. An example of an alloyed weapon that competes with end game weapons is the alloyed halberd. With its alloyed variant, the halberd becomes extremely viable and can even compete with end game weapons like the Petra's Anchor. During the advent of alloys, many weapons received alloyed variants along with custom crits, making them extremely powerful, some even being best in slot options with the alloyed crescent cleaver for hell mode. And even though options like Acherons were found to be better, alloyed Trident Spear was a powerful option that helped Punchy place respectably in the Lightborn tournament. As you can pretty obviously see, alloys are a cool feature that breathe a lot of life and diversity into the game. So tell me why they haven't received any additions or meaningful updates in over a year. I personally think the main problem that we're not getting more alloyed content is that there's no real incentive to add more alloyed weapons when they can just add new weapons. You see shit like Stoneheart that's just a massive roaring success and everyone loves, and why would they do that when they can just like make new weapons instead of making alloys? Even if you think of just like the route of giving the alloys custom crits, they can just give new weapons custom crits. Like there's kind of just no point in adding alloys. Like if they add Giga Ultra Moonveil Katana next update, I think that's gonna bring a lot more people than like an alloy Champions dagger. But in my opinion, that's just kind of a waste. Like you look at really cool weapons like Adrenian Axe and Marker's Inheritor, which have really cool mechanics like the Neve crit and like the insane swing speed respectively, and you can't even use them because the stats just don't add up. But if only there was like a feature that already existed in game that we could bring these weapons up to snuff by using. You look at what alloys were originally intended for with weapons like Grimoire Long Spear and Crescent Cleaver and Wailing Knife. Weapons that like had potential, but they just needed the stat buff so that they could compete. And I think that like we could bring these other weapons up to snuff, even if we never add another alloyed weapon again. Just the weapons in game that are cool but that are weak, maybe we could get something for. I just think it's a damn shame that there's cool weapons in game like Warden Ceremonial Sword or like Scimitar, and I'll never get to use them because like they just don't want to add any more alloys. And that kind of just sucks to me. Like if you want to try to have some fun with an unconventional weapon, you're just gonna get domed in Chime and get sent to Elo hell, and that's not great. I don't know. Do you think they should add more alloys? I'm just the rambler. I'm just here to ramble. So I don't know. Leave your opinion down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully they add the Ignition Union Origin at some point.